It's that time of year to seal up your exposed aggregate concrete. Be sure, and once you start, do each section. Don't go halfway, stop, eat lunch, come back. You need to continue to keep going between the expansion joints to make sure it all looks good. If you stop, come back, it's going to dry. You're going to see that line that's in there. Just make sure you're steady, make sure you keep on flowing. That's the important part when it comes to exposed aggregate. When you're sealing your exposed aggregate concrete, make sure you mix the sealer up really good. Use a gigantic roller like this one right here. That's 1.5 inches. Don't stop between expansion joints. Get each section done before you take a break. Very important, job will go good. Hey, it's fall. Let's get her sealed up for winter. Okay, so whenever you start to seal your patio or your driveway, always do the sections, and you have an expansion joint. Always stay within that expansion joint and make sure you do not stop when you do this section right here. Next thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and move to this one right here. Once again, once I start it up here in the corner, I will not stop until I get this whole section done. Then if you need to take a break, go to the bathroom, whatever, you can do it as long as you don't stop right in the middle of a section. That would be a big no-no right there. Always make sure that you go ahead and stir, especially if you get the sealant that's brown. You want to go ahead and stir it up real good to make sure it all stays conformed. It all looks really good. In this application right here, I'm using the Low Voc Premium Coat Exposed Aggregate from Eagle. Good. You can see right here it says brown, and it also says stir well. Very important. If you don't stir it, your whole patio is going to be different shades of brown as you go across there. So it's real important that always make sure you don't stop when you start it. Each section, do a section at a time. Take a break if you need to. Go on from there. All right, continue on. The roller cover that I'm using is a Purdy 1.5 inch, P-U-R-D-Y. Here's the name right here. Well, that's upside down, but anyways, that's Purdy. That's the one you want to use. Always get you a big roller container. Very, very important right there that you don't spill or drops or stuff anywhere on the area that you haven't done yet. Because if I spill some right here and then eventually roll across it, it's going to be double coated and it's going to show. But your exposed aggregate needs to be done. You can kind of see this area right here. I've let the exposed aggregate kind of get dried out. Not a good thing. Winter coming in, you want a protection on it. You want snow, rain to get on this and shed off. You don't want it to seep into your concrete. It can cause cracks and also cause your concrete to start pitting. Get a long extension handle, it makes it much better, keeps you away from the fumes. go ahead and row, oh, I don't know, somewhere in a neighborhood of about a 2 foot by 3 foot square. Run it down till the stain runs out. Go ahead and load up the roller cover again and continue the process. Do not stop when you do it. All right, that took me roughly about 15 minutes per square to roll those. It's rowed out pretty nice. But obviously, it's fall, leaves are falling. Don't worry about those leaves. If a little bit of them do get caught, they'll just break off, crumble off, break off, and you won't even notice them on there. Really, it's almost impossible to try to keep them off. You can have a blower here, leaf blower, ready, just in case too many of them fall. And then when they're actually laying on the sections I haven't done, I'll blow those off because I don't want to roll over the top of them, but I don't mind if they fall on them like that right there. All right, let's go ahead and pour some more solution. You want to mix it up? Don't pour your solution on your concrete. It's liable to run down the sides and stain it, and then you're going to have spots. Make sure you put it in the grass and then transfer it over. All right, got section number 3 taken care of. So that's 3 of them down. Now, I'm getting ready to give you the best tip that I can give you if you're a homeowner and you're going to try this. Do it on a windy day. Don't try this on an 85, 90 degree day when there's no wind, because the fumes, even though the bucket says low VOC, the fumes are so bad they feel like they would melt paint off a wall. You will make yourself sick if you try to come out here when the wind's not blowing, stand over this and try to apply this. So today it's a nice windy day. The fumes are blowing out of here. I can still smell the fumes, but it's way better than if it was still. I would not be doing this project if it was still. All right, time to continue on. Let's get this section right here taken care of. Once again, you want to use a long extension pole. This here is about I'd say a 6-7 foot extension pole. Helps you get way away from the fumes when you're rolling it. You don't want to be right on top of the fumes as you're rolling it. Terrible for you. Terrible for your health. All right, there we go. 4 sections done. 4 more to go. Let's get her done. This tray I'm using right here was $18 and some change at Lowe's. Well worth it. You want to get a Super Duty tray just in case anything spills. You're better off a bigger tray like this. It'll help reduce the spills. Invest in it. Even if you use it just one time, it's well worth the money. All right, let's get back on. Or, I might talk, I don't know. You want to be sure and keep the solution going. You don't want to stop. Make it as smooth as you possibly can. All right, so there's what you want to do. Approximately 2 by 3 section each time, and just keep it moving. Don't ever stop until you come to your expansion joints, because you'll really tell that if you stop without getting to the expansion joint. Perfect. All right, patio's looking pretty good. Took me probably less than 2 hours to do that, and now it's sealed up. That should last. Some people say seal it every year. If for some reason you didn't get to it every year, every other year would probably work okay. Now you can see the wind today. That's what you're looking for on a day like today. So the wind will just blow those fumes away. They're still heavy as can be, but it definitely helps to have wind. So now I'm going to go ahead and take care of this sidewalk right here, around here, and it should be in pretty good shape. Now the can said 500 square feet. That's 500 square feet, and I still have enough, I believe, to do this sidewalk right here, which this sidewalk is about 100 square feet in itself. How you get that is you just measure the feet across here, and then I just walked it off. You know, every time I take a step like this, that's 1 yard, 3 feet. I just go ahead and mark it off that way. Been doing that for years, and almost every time I'm exactly right when it comes to the distance. So that's the easy way to do it, or you can take your tape. On a curved sidewalk like this, it'd be a little bit tougher, but you could take your tape and try to run a tape on there if you needed to. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this project. Hey, I appreciate you coming to the channel. That's LAF Space Film Fest. That's capital LAF Space Film Fest. Hey, if you would, hammer down that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Helps me to do projects like this and then put them on film just in case you're thinking about sealing your concrete yourself, or maybe even your neighbor. Send it to them. Send the video to them. I appreciate it a lot. Also want to give some special thanks to Andrea Milam, who did some of the filming for me out here. I really appreciate it. Sometimes I get going so fast, it's nice to have a second hand helping me out. All right, I appreciate you coming by. Remember, windy day, long extension pole, big fuzzy roller, mix your stain up constantly to make sure it stays all mixed up, and you'd be in good shape. Had to double check, see if my phone was still on. All right, appreciate you coming by. I'll see you on the next video.